You know, we talk a lot about gratitude in Islam. But real gratitude isn't just saying, thank you. Gratitude is when you give back part of a blessing that someone gave you. And when it comes to your parents, there is absolutely nothing you can do to fully repay them. Think about that for a second. Everything you have, your existence, your upbringing, your protection when you were helpless, came through them. And that's why honoring your parents isn't just good manners in Islam. It's a serious obligation. Now here's something important. You are allowed to disobey your parents, but only in specific situations. If they ask you to do something that is haram. If they ask you to do something that leads you toward haram. Or if they command something that clearly goes against proper Islamic manners. Other than that, obedience is the default. But obedience doesn't mean you can't talk to them. Just because your parents say no doesn't mean the conversation ends there. You can respectfully try to convince them. You can explain yourself. Islam doesn't forbid communication. It forbids disrespect. And if you are financially able, you must provide for your parents. Give them what they need. And if you can go above and beyond for them, do it. Without location. But honoring your parents isn't just about money or actions. It starts in the heart. This is called birr, righteousness toward your parents. Birr of the heart means you prevent yourself from hating them, even if they're difficult, even if they test your patience. Because if you don't control your heart, it shows. It shows in your tone, in your body language, in your reactions. And that's where the opposite comes in, Uqooq Walidayn, disobedience and dishonoring your parents. And this is not something small. The Prophet, peace be upon him, mentioned that there are people whom Allah will not look at on the day of judgment, and among them is the one who disobeys their parents. Think about how serious that is. Scholars have also mentioned that cutting ties with your parents is something that extinguishes the light of a servant. So you might ask, why are the consequences so severe? Because any happiness you experience in this life came through your parents. And when you disobey them without valid reason, you're not just disobeying them. You're disobeying Allah, and you're going against the teachings of the Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. Uqooq isn't just major rebellion. It can be subtle. It can be slapping your hand on your thigh out of annoyance. Waving your hand dismissively when they speak. Walking away while they're talking. Roll your eyes. Raising your voice. Interrupting them. Ignoring them. Letting others insult them and staying silent. Even these small actions count. Now here's a question many people ask. Can you still show birr to your parents after they pass away? Yes. You can make dua for them. You can fulfill promises or requests they left behind. You can stay connected to their friends and family. Don't isolate yourself from the people your parents loved. Your relationship with them doesn't end in the grave. And then there's the question, who has the greater right, your mother or your father? The mother has a special status. She carried you for 9 months. She went through pain to bring you into this world. She raised you when you were completely dependent. That doesn't mean the father has no right, but the mother has a unique mercy and sacrifice that Islam emphasizes. And then comes the hardest question. What if your parents are bad? What if they're unfair? What? Difficult? It doesn't change the principle. You cannot disobey them simply because they are bad to you, unless they command something sinful. Your character isn't based on how they treat you. It's based on how you respond. Remember, this dunya is the land of competition. And one of the greatest competitions is the one who can show the most patience, the most gratitude, and the most righteousness towards their parents. Because the way you treat your parents is directly connected to your standing with Allah. And that's not something small.